So, Lalchand Rajput, welcome to this chat with Guerrilla Cricket and with the Outside Insights from Two Roads. So, delighted to have you here. You must be one hell of a happy man today.
I think it gives a satisfaction because I have worked with this team for last 4 years. I have gone through a lot of ups and downs. There were a lot of struggles. There were a lot of hiccups in between, but still we managed to, get where we are. And I'm really, really happy that now the whole world knows that Zimbabwe can compete against the best teams.
Absolutely. In 1983, I think Kapil Dev's India already knew that. But, somewhere in between later on, that sort of fell off the radar, I think, in this millennium. But it was amazing to see them perform over the past few weeks. Yesterday, I mean, defending a total of 130 on a ground that big was just remarkable. I mean, and Sikandar Raza, what can you say about the purple patch he's in? I mean, when he doesn't perform with the bat, he performs with the ball.
Yeah, see, it's good to see that the senior players, because I had one thing in common that, I used to tell the team, the senior players have to make sure that they perform and take the team forward. Because I had introduced a lot of youngsters, like there were 5 youngsters into the team, like Wesley Medera, Milton Shumba, then Innocent Kaya, then the fast bowler yesterday who played Garawa, he's only 21, 22. Then there was one left-arm spinner, Masakadza. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of youngsters coming. So there were only 4 seniors, say like Craig Irwin, Sean Williams, Sikandar Raza, and Chatara. And Regis Chakaba, he was on. So the main onus was that these senior players have to take the team forward. So I had put that thing that they have to perform, every third game, one guy has to raise his hand, they have to make sure that the youngsters revolve around them. 2-3 years we could not do that, but there was a process which went through it. But now I'm really happy that that process has come through and players have started performing. They are believing in themselves. And if you look at this, now the whole world knows that yes, Zimbabwe can compete against the better teams. I was really happy that yesterday we won. But if you look at a year back, we had played Pakistan at home as well in T20s. In that also we could have won the series. First game Pakistan won, second game we won, and the decider third game we got them to 167 or something, and we were chasing. We were 105 for 2 in 10 overs.
Wow.
And it was an easy game, but that we could not win it because we lost by 10 or 15 runs. So
but even the one you won, I remember you scored. It was a very low scoring match. You must have scored 118, 128, something like that. I vaguely recall.
128, right? And they were all out for 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that it reminded me of that yesterday when they scored 130.
Yeah. So we said that we can beat these teams. It's only the mindset and the confidence that you have to show it on the ground. So I think we've taken that forward. Then the last couple of months we were really well, because once we qualified, I think the motivational level and the confidence level really increased. And that's what happens, because you got to get through that momentum. And everyone is seeing now that in the World Cup, I think we are playing excellent cricket. It's good for Zimbabwe and for world cricket as well, because teams would not like to play us earlier, because they said no, Zimbabwe, but now we have made it a point that no, teams would like to play us now because we are very competitive.
Exactly. And Raza made a very interesting point yesterday at the press conference, where he basically said that, look, because I mean, of course, people were asking about semifinals and all that, and this was your words coming through. I could hear it where he said we'll go match by match. So we are only thinking about the Bangladesh match. But he said what I'm happy about is in both the groups, there is us here, there is Ireland in the other group. We have thrown both the groups open. So I think it's a big thing for world cricket when something like that happens. And going back a couple of years, I remember 2 years ago, you had mentioned to me that your sole priority with the Zimbabwe team was to get to the World Cup Super 12. I think that was very clear. Not only qualify, but get to the Super 12. And that's there. And you went through horrible odds. I also just before I let you go, I recall something very interesting where we spoke during just before COVID, I think, or during COVID, and where you mentioned that still Zimbabwe was just still suspended by the ICSC at that point in time, and you mentioned in 2020, and you mentioned that you had been bringing back cricket balls from Bombay because there was not enough practice balls because there was no money for the board, and that's where it's come from. People should know that.
Yeah, see, it was a really difficult time when I joined, and then there were a lot of problems in the board. Then the board was suspended by the ICC. The funding was not coming, but we had to practice. So we went through a lot of rough time. So I used to get some balls from India. Then you won't believe we never had even fruits to at practice. We never had Bisleri water for practice. So we used to really ration it. And then the players were so keen that no, so we have to practice. So we went through all those things. The players became mentally tough as well, because it creates an environment of that, even there is nothing there, but still we wanted to practice and prove the world that we are good enough. Then we did something for the domestic cricket as well, because earlier there were no sponsors, there were only few teams. Then we said that 4 teams will not do, more and more players should play, so that we get more players to choose from. So we added one more team.
And you
But
did scouting among the club teams, I still recall, because there were not enough talent coming through, right?
yeah, so then I used to watch all the matches, like the local games. And then that's where I found Richard Garawa, left-arm fast bowler. He had not played any game, he was just from under 19 and then club cricket. So then we made him play in the franchisee cricket, and they said, no, coach, we can't pick him because he's not played any franchisee cricket, first class cricket. I said that you leave it to me, just give it to me, these guys. Yeah. So that's how we used to get. But I'm really happy that the board was very, very supportive. See, you require the management to support you, and plus the selectors. So they were really supportive to me, and they never said no whatever I said. He said, no, coach, you have come here, we hired you. I know you're a neutral guy, so you would always like the team to do well. And that's how, because we never had a left-hand fast bowler. I said we need a left-hand fast. We never had a leg spinner. I said there has to be a leg spinner. So we tried to bowl Ryan Burke. You got to bowl because you can bat. So, and Wesley Medevera, another off spinner like Raza. We said we have to get guys. If there's a turning wicket, when we went to Bangladesh, we won a test match because we practiced turning pitches, and we made sure that there are enough spinners as well. So
that was right after, I think, when Australia lost everything in Bangladesh, right? One of the top teams went and lost a series, test series in Bangladesh.
And then it was high for them, but they never expected us, to win. So we won a test match in Bangladesh. I think that is also a bigger this thing, because even Indian team, when they go to Bangladesh, they really struggle to win there because they are so much, used to their own conditions. They make up pitches to suit them. So we always replicate that in Harare, and we went there and we won a test match. So it was they were really shocked. So we did all those things. And I think for a coach, it's so satisfying that, when you do something and the results come, though it was a little bit late, but I think you take time. Some players, they perform better quickly. Some players take their time. Raza, I think he's the best player of spin bowling, and he never used to get those big runs. But last couple of months, he has started taking the responsibility. He has matured more, and he believes that, yes, as a senior player, I have to make sure that the team wins. So that's also one good thing, that the senior players are taken responsibility. Even the last game of the league, Craig Irvine, he got a 50 and we won that game so that we could qualify in the Super 12. Yesterday, Sean made 30 plus runs. So people are chipping in. So it's good to see that as a team we are collectively, performing better.
Committed to it. Definitely. I think the whole world could see that yesterday. And also there was something interesting about Raza's bowling yesterday. He's got this very unique run up where he has the ball completely behind his back, so the batsman cannot see the ball until it comes up there. And he bowled one back of the hand that was hit for 6. The next ball he bowled an arm ball and the batsman got out. I think there's a lot of experience but presence of mind also. So
yes, see, as you grow older, you become more smarter as well, and that's what Raza is becoming now, because he knows exactly what to bowl when. That's and as a batsman also, he knows that if he stays there till the end, then he can win game. So that maturity has come, and I'm sure the other younger players must be learning from that as well. So Hopefully, in the years to come, Zimbabwe cricket goes higher and higher. That's the main thing which, when I took over, their cricket was very, very low. But now people are talking, because when I used to say, you please come and play, they used to say, no, yaar, who will spend so much money to play Zimbabwe? Because when they come on tour, it's a lot of expenditure.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
I remember you coming to Singapore and playing Nepal and Singapore because nobody else was playing Zimbabwe at that point in time,
Yeah,
right?
so we said that I want match practice, because you can get a lot of practice in the nets, but playing in a game, even with a smaller team, because that match confidence gives you a lot of confidence to move forward. And I think every batsman looking forward in a game playing rather than nets. Yeah, nets you can iron out your shots, you can play a lot of repetitive shots, you can do a lot of drills, but in a game, I think that's where the situation. I think in a game you have a awareness of situation. Ki now say 30 for 4, how I should play. 100 for 2, how I should play. See, this situation awareness is very important. You can be technically very good. You can play your shots very well. But if you don't read the situation properly, then I think then there's a imbalance. So you got to balance that. See, this is a situation where I want to play aggressively. This is a situation where I want to play an anchor role because we have lost 3-4 wickets. So those situation awareness only can be gained from the match practice.
Yeah, and this is what your former ward Virat Kohli exhibited the other day against Pakistan as well, right? I mean, when times it was very tough to hit, he just stayed there. He anchored the innings, and then in the end, he just went berserk. It was purely situational awareness. Exactly what you're
See,
saying.
that's what happens. I always keep on saying that as well, because take the game deep, because anything can happen in the end. See, in T20, 1 over can change the course of the game. So don't give it up too early, because even see, when India were 40 for 5 or so, 90 for 5, people thought that we had lost the game because the asking rate was very high. They had got the best fast bowlers, and it was difficult to get over them. But there was a partnership, 113 runs partnership, and the last 3 overs or 2 overs, they changed the game.
Completely.
That's why I keep on saying, just go till the last, bat deep, don't give up, because anything can happen. Even the bowlers at the end are under pressure. Even the best bowler, if you hit him one boundary, they will be under pressure. So, but I was really happy that our bowlers, they kept cool. Even Richard Garava bowled the 19th over very well. The last over also, because when he hit one boundary and they got 3 runs,
And it was the first match Evans was playing in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So they are becoming more and more game awareness and mentally strong as well. And most important is they are believing in themselves that I can do it. That is the main thing. As a player, if I believe in myself that from any situation I can do better, I think sky is the limit for you.
So where in this tournament do you think the belief takes them? I mean, of course, no one is a soothsayer, right? I mean,
yeah, see, I still feel that we got a chance to be in the last 4, because even if Pakistan win all the games, they will be only on 6 points. But if we win 2 games, we'll be on 7 points. So there will be a call between, say, South Africa. If they win all the game, they will also be on 7. So
and the net run rate will matter.
There. Yeah, chances are there. But I will keep my finger crossed, because I'm telling you, we have got Netherlands and Bangladesh. Bangladesh, we have beaten them at home also last time, the series T20. But playing in a World Cup will be totally different, because Shakib was not there. Now Shakib coming in the team as a captain makes a lot of difference. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if we beat these two, we will have a better chance of in the last 4.
Wish you all the best. Wish Zimbabwe all the best, and let's have a fantastic rest of the World Cup, and speak to you soon.
Yeah,
thank you
very much.
Lalchand Rajput, technical director, Zimbabwe Cricket.
Thank you very much, Anil.